Welcome back, Guardians, to the Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. I'm Scott, and you're at the TheScottSpot channel. Okay, here we are inside the Palace of St. Bevelle, which is basically the Bevelle Temple. We are just outside the entrance to the Cloister of Trials. We believe that Yuna has gone to the Chamber of the Faith, because, just like every other temple, there's an aeon here, despite our fugitive status. So this could go well, it could not, but anyway, let's just continue on. The Bevelle Cloister of Trials is probably the most difficult and confusing one. You'll see why in just a moment. So we're just going to push this forward, and the thing about the Bevelle spheres here is that they create this strange platform that you can ride. I don't know why Tidus looks like he's transparent there, that's kind of weird. Alright, so basically the Bevelle Temple, there's like this giant track, almost like a roller coaster ride or something. You ride this platform back and forth, and the glyphs all along the path kind of determine which direction you go in. So we only have one way to go right now, and you just go forward. Alright, so you need to press X if you want to go in the direction. So I wanted to go left there, so I tried to time it to where I pressed the X button when the arrow was pointing left. And this may look confusing, but once you've done it a couple times and kind of know like at least what you're trying to do, it's not that bad. So there's a Bevelle sphere here, and one thing that I should mention is that there has to be a Bevelle sphere in this pedestal for you to be able to turn it into a platform. So now that we have this Bevelle sphere, what we want to do is go right across here, I believe. But it might not let me. So it may look like you have to be right on top of it, but luckily you can just go. If you ride the platform too far, you go right off the cliff, but you just start back at the beginning, so it's not a big deal. So there is a recess here that we can use, and there's a shelf here that we want to put the Bevelle sphere from across the way in. And that powers that little cable thing, and it fills in a piece of the path down below, which we wouldn't have been able to get very far without that. So, with that being said, let's head down that way. That's pretty much it for up here, although I do think that we have to come back eventually. Let's see if it'll let us just send us back here. Yeah, here we go. I'll probably fall off at some point, so you will get to see what that looks like. And we want to go down the ramp here. And it does take a little bit of timing to hit the proper arrows, but it's not too big a deal. I just want to go straight here, so I'm not going to press anything. Or is it going to give me a choice? Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? And let's go straight. And it takes us down another ramp. But yeah, you can imagine how this can be confusing, because you got to sort of like ride the paths and go through all the trouble of getting to where you need to go, and if you don't know where you need to go, you can spend quite a while just running around trying to figure shit out. But luckily, there is another Bevelle sphere down here, so let's take that, and then ride back up. Push it up. So now we want to go all the way to the end of the path on the second level. I kind of like to think of this in like 3 different levels. Tidus looks really calm, but can you imagine like all the Guardians riding across this? Is it going to give me another choice? Alright, now we want to go to the right. So there's 3 side paths you can go down on this ramp, or on this path, but what we want right now is the final one. Okay, yeah, you see how fast you can get going? It's really easy to just launch yourself right off the side there. So you might recognize that symbol up there as the destruction sphere symbol, but we won't be able to do anything about that for now. So you put this Bevelle sphere here, and that powers up this little path. So we did that, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do here at the moment. So, yeah, also we wouldn't be able to get here if we had crossed the path. I've got sort of a guide to the cloister here so we don't spend forever. I could do it, but I don't want to take up the whole video trying to do this, you know? So now let's push the platform back out, and we're going to go to the side path before this one. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh yeah, see, it wouldn't let me get sent backwards, so I have no choice but to take myself off this cliff here. But luckily it just starts you back at the beginning of the path. Straight, please. And we want to skip the first side path here, and then go right at the second one. Shit, but see, the way it was timed, it's like I couldn't do it that way. Let's try this again. Let's see, I'm trying to... Alright, let's go straight, and hopefully the arrows will time to where I can actually go that way. Up, right, up, right, up, right. See? It wouldn't let me. Alright, so that time I confirmed my direction to go straight when the arrow up ahead was pointing straight, but this time let's do it right. Yeah, see, now the arrow up there is pointing right, so I think it's going to be timed to where I can actually go right. And you probably don't even understand what I'm talking about, but it's just weird the way this works. Yeah, see, that time I was actually passed over it when the arrow was turning right. Takes us to this little path here, and up ahead is a glyph sphere, I believe, because the green ones are always glyphs. What we're going to do with this, I'm not exactly sure. Alright, we got the glyph sphere, and now we want to take it back to the end of the path that we were at just a second ago. Get our platform back here. And we don't get a choice of which direction to go since that's the only other way. Right, up, right. Oh man, I was so close. Oh well. Hopefully it won't be a big deal. Yeah, but you can see how this area could quickly get annoying, especially if you didn't know what you're doing. There is one more there is another Cloister of Trials after this. Shit! Fuck. It's annoying, because, I mean, if you don't time your initial launch correctly, then you just can't go right at the end. Or you can't, you don't pass over the change direction glyph at the proper time. Right, up, right. Damn it, I was mashing it that time. Oh, sorry guys. Alright, I think this should be different, because I'm kind of marking like when I should launch by looking at the arrows ahead. And it was in a different position this time. Up, right, Whew, that was close. It was more annoying than I remember. Alright, so we got this glyph sphere, so I think now that we want to place it here, maybe? Maybe it's not the destruction sphere. Oh yeah, see, the glyph sphere gets rid of that glyph, and now we can take the destruction sphere. So I should mention real quick that a lot of people, there is a side quest later in the game where you have to have used the destruction sphere in every temple to unlock something. And a lot of people get confused because they're like, how do I get back to the Bevelle Cloister of Trials? Because you can never come back here later in the game, unlike the other cloisters. But you have to do the destruction sphere here to move on, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so we need to take the destruction sphere back to where we just got the glyph sphere, which is annoying as hell, but what can you do? We're gonna get sent off the edge here. Now I don't remember, I think I'm supposed to time this to where I go when the arrow is pointing right. Like that. Here's hoping, right? Send us forward. Right, up, right! Okay, that was lucky. And we gotta come back here, unfortunately. But you knew this was gonna be important because you can see that little blue line connecting from the shelf. That means something. So let's see what this does. Destruction sphere, go. What's it gonna blow up? Okay, I'm actually not sure what that did. Looks like it created a glyph of some kind. Maybe we can change directions here. Alright, so we got that. So now we actually want to go back to the end of the path again because we need the Bevelle sphere there. We're going to need 2 Bevelle spheres for our next task, or at least an extra one. Is it going to be time to where I can actually go where I want to? Up, right, right. Damn it! Fuck. Let's try this again. I don't think this is going to be timed right, actually. But boy, this is fun, huh? Right, up, right, up. Oh wow, it actually worked. I didn't even time that one all that well. Okay. Yeah, I think the Cloister of Trials is going to take this whole video. Probably try to do like an extra cutscene or something too, but... Alright, Bevelle sphere. And we got it. So let's, does this need to go in the pedestal? No. Alright, so there's one side path we actually haven't been down yet, so let's head to that one. It's the first side path on this second level. But we're going to have to send ourselves off the edge to do that. Here we go. up, left, right, up. Hopefully this is timed right. Up, right, up, right. Phew. Alright, so we haven't actually been over here yet. Let's see what this does for us. Too bad Titus can't just walk across it. That would be too convenient, huh? Alright, so looks like we came from that way, right? Alright, can I just push it straight across? Because we came from the other way, right? Is there any reason for me to still be holding this one sphere? Alright, we get redirected, and it takes us... Oh, so I guess... Oh, okay, yeah, using the destruction sphere turned on this glyph, which lets us take us... It takes us to the exit, which is a good thing. Alright, I think we need to push... put the Bevelle sphere here, which will power this path. Yeah, see, it actually turns on the tracks here. But now we need to push the sphere up. Can we do that? I think there needs to be like a platform or something. By the way, here's the destruction sphere chest. You absolutely have to open this. And that's the destruction treasure. And then we can press this 4 switch that the treasure chest is on top of in order to bring the pedestal up the stairs, and then we can just push it straight onto this path and claim our other treasure. Yeah, I guess this is the only one where there's an extra treasure chest that's not associated with the destruction sphere. And we get a Night Lance, which I believe is a weapon for Kamari. So, I think we should probably use the HP sphere on Riku, since I think she probably still has the lowest HP. We'll see how Yuna does after we get her back, I guess. Let's see what the Night Lance does for Kamari. It gives him strength plus 18%. Wow, but that means at the cost of piercing and dark touch. Piercing's pretty good, and so is dark touch. We'll do strength plus 18% though, because I think that Titus and maybe Orin can already inflict darkness. Alright, but that's it for the cloister. Let's head forward. See, wow, I mean, I knew what I was doing, and that still took me 12.5 minutes, so imagine if you were, like, totally confused. But I'm hoping to at least have time for another cutscene or so.
Yuna?
Inside, maybe?
Then what are we standing here for?
Hey!
You can stuff your taboos!
I was asking Kamari to help him. I guess Kamari's kind of getting fed up with Yevon too. Man, I didn't remember Titus being so aggressive about stuffing the taboos though.
What's that?
A faith. They join with the summoner, and together receive the aeon. They are human souls, imprisoned in stone by ancient Yevon rites. The dead should be allowed to rest.
And that faith looked kind of familiar.
Yuna!
Wait! Don't come out!
There's the last of them.
You are to stand trial.
I expect it will be a fair trial.
Of course it will.
That didn't seem too good. But we did get a new Aeon, and this one is Bahamut. I used to always say it as Bahamut when I was younger, but I guess I think I heard it in Final Fantasy 12 pronounced for the first time, and they said Bahamut, I believe. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, please click the subscribe button and follow me on Twitter. I know this is sort of a cliffhanger place to end, but we're about to go into a rather lengthy sequence of cutscenes, so I'd rather just save that for next time. Thanks again, Guardians. I will catch you for more next time. We'll see how the trial goes, but based on the way Keenock acted, maybe not going to be so good. But there's got to be some explanation for why the Yevon leaders are acting this way. So, let's find out next time. Thanks again, Guardians. I'm Scott. This has been the TheScottSpot channel.